Audie. What's going on, bro?
Here you go. Awesome. Have some
I don't think, oh, there we go. Hey, how's it going? For those that hadn't met yet, I'm Hunter Conley. So Zach and I will be kind of leading the sales meeting today. Our goal for this is to be like, keep it moving. Hopefully we'll learn something along the way. Probably the most important part of the meeting is like the 10 or 15 minutes before and the 15, 20 minutes after, where you're connecting with each other and just coming across different opportunities. So love it. We have such a great turnout today, and I think it can be a really important part of our week just to get together. So thanks for making it a priority. Zach is going to start off the meeting by telling us something good is going on with him.
So the way that I always started off meetings, and I don't know how you all did it before, but the way that we always started off in the past was just to start with gratitudes. And so wanted to just invite anybody to chime in, but something I'm grateful for today is that my 7-year-old has woken up without an alarm clock, on her own, and got herself dressed before I had to nag her for 5 days in a row. We are on a roll, so I'm super grateful for that. Because normally it's a little bit of a fight in the morning. So, anybody else? What else are y'all grateful for?
Barb.
I booked a trip to Cuba this morning.
That's awesome. Who else? What's up?
Close.
They're to close. Nice.
Magic words after this word.
They're to close. Who else? Todd?
8 years of marriage today.
Anybody else? Oh, go ahead.
New energy.
New energy. I like it. Good. Who else? Go ahead.
I actually saved money on my car insurance yesterday.
That was well done. Well played. Anybody else? All right. So next up, we've got. So just when you come here next week, be thinking about that and what you're grateful for. So we are having a talk this afternoon. Where's Bobby? Somewhere. So this, everybody know what this is, right? What's our education calendar look like, Bobby?
Wow, it's packed. I mean, we finished the entire year, and there is something almost every day. So there you are, sales meeting. There's a V-Talk this afternoon, or right after this, which we always had. And then, gosh, look at all that good stuff. How many are connected to the calendar? You really, oh good, because we've really done a great job. We had a committee of Colin and myself, Loy, Katie Watley, I don't know if she's here, but we put together what we think is a phenomenal calendar, and you're telling me that I'm going to keep doing it, right? Is that true? Orientation this week, aren't you going to be present?
We're going to do orientation on Thursday.
Mm-hmm. And so for anyone who's new to Village, whether you're new or an agent or new to Village, this is the place you need to be, and I'm sure there's going to be some really good new stuff rolled out, so that's an important one to be at. And I teach the agency class for 2 hours at the end of that, and so I don't know, but we have a baseline agency, which I'm sure you're following.
We're very familiar with it.
Very familiar, so we'll have that. And then on, what's that date? Friday? Is that Friday?
Friday? Coffee talk.
If you all remember the coffee talks, I'm now going to interview Zach, and I'm not even going to give him the questions.
And little does she know that I'm interviewing her as well. Pretty good.
That's this week, and then we'll do Jumpstart next month. So.
Good work. So who's going to the talk today, the lead generation talk? All right, so if you're not signed up, there may still be rooms. Is there still room? Is it in here?
You don't have to sign up for that.
So don't just sign up, so just show up. All right, so show up for that. There's a few good panelists on there. I think we may have added a panelist or two even this morning. A couple of other announcements. Hunter?
Estimated tax payments are due today.
Woo! Pay the man!
We'll have another sales meeting next week. So hopefully we'll have some preliminaries, more marketing stuff to roll out, which dovetails into. Thanks so much for everyone who filled out kind of the 2 questions that we sent out last week. We got some great responses, and if you hadn't had a chance, or if you think of some other stuff that could be better or that it's on your mind, fill it out again. We love all the feedback. There's kind of been 4 different things just to give you a flavor of what's come in so far. Marketing is very important to you guys, and feeling like we can tighten that up, do a better job of supporting you guys in your marketing efforts. More brand consistency is a consistent thing that came back from you guys. We got a lot of different stuff out there, maybe honing it in and make sure that we're consistent every time the village name's out there. That'll support you guys' businesses better. More communication, just knowing what's going on around here, what everyone's up to between each other, who's got listings, who's got opportunities, but then also what's going on company-wise. So we're going to endeavor to do a really good job with that. And then also one thing that kept coming up was just keeping in mind the cost side, and so ways to reduce costs to you guys. So that'll be 4 different areas we're going to focus on now, and as we get more feedback from you guys, we'll keep updating you on that. Next is village vendors. Connie Eddy, what you got?
We're talking about rates. Yeah, hot topic. So this is kind of just a graph of where we were a year ago. Down in the 3s to rates as of yesterday. Locked in at 4.5%. So rates are actually really good. About a month ago they were up near the 5s, even I think a little over 5. So we're rates are actually really excellent right now, 4.5%. A lot of it just has to do with the market volatility and just things that are going on, obviously, in the news. And that's really contributing, but there are indications that the predictions are that rates are going to continue to increase, looking at probably, into the 5.5s over the year. So this is a good time to really just, focus on this and let your buyers know it's a good time to buy. So
I made a little typo. Obviously, the 5-1 arm is right about 4%, right?
it is, yeah.
Copy and paste. Sorry.
So anyway, again, this is a good time. I know you're marketing to your buyers, your potential buyers. This time of the year, you're setting your goals and figuring out what you're going to do with your marketing. Another thing to consider is first-time homebuyer programs. To really try to attract those buyers. We still have money with our $10,000 program with First National Bank. So consider those things when you're marketing.
So Connie, obviously you got kind of a dip fall of last year, and then a pretty quick rise, and then a drop. What is the prediction saying?
Predictions are that rates are going to continue to increase. I mean, they have been predicting them to go up into, like I say, mid-5s over the next year. I think with a lot of the government shutdown and some of the market volatility, we've seen a drop in rates. However, all the predictions are that they're going to continue to increase. So we'll probably see that increasing over into the spring, and they're saying in the mid-5s. So again, this might be a good time to really, give this information to your buyers. Get them off the fence.
That's awesome. Good deal. Ryan, you have anything? Who's here? Got a few readings up with you.
Yeah, Laura came with me.
Where's Laura?
Come on up here, Laura.
Hi, Laura.
I guess I'll just introduce myself. Most of you guys probably know me, but my name's Ryan Luxdown at Rudy Title, and this is Laura.
Hi.
We usually do a little seminar thing here during this meeting, but we're going to revamp it and speak to Zach and try to come up with something better that we can just do even better than what we were doing before.
That's awesome. So Aaron White is not here, but he's a part of this group that just came in, and Laura went to high school with Aaron White. So if you want to get any dirt on him,
There's a Richland Country Club golf course. Isn't there a story around that? Don't bring it up.
just know that that's there if you have anything to bribery. And then Brian, are you here?
Brian.
Brian, there you go.
Brian Lee. He's our go-to insurance guy.
Just say you are.
Want to make sure everyone knows who you
Everybody
are.
knows who I am, I'm the insurance guy. Whoever say 15%, they need to call me.
Very good. And just so you know, with our, anytime with our preferred vendors, they've been with us, most of them a really long time. So they know us, they know Village, they know what we're about. Connie was here 15 years ago and is back now, so that's great. She's always done such a good job in any deal I've been associated with. Rudy has been with us from the get-go as well, and so they're just great partners. They really will go the extra mile for you guys. They value this relationship, and so in terms of making it easy for your clients and making it easy for you, and then they also invest in our company and help us market and do things that we couldn't do without them. So if you get a chance, definitely send some business their way if you can. Colin, you're going to talk to us about some new agents?
We do have quite a few new agents since our last meeting.
New
to Village as well. Our realtor at law, Mr. Sunshine, Lloyd Carney. And we have Rachel Kamenek in Franklin, who I believe is streaming, so hello in Franklin. Crystal Burks in Franklin. Antoinette Galletti here. Charles Wilson in East Nashville. Shane Talon here at Hillsborough. Crystal Hutton here at Hillsborough. Eva Connolly here at Hillsborough. Trisha Egan down in Franklin. Todd Bradley here at Hillsborough. And Paul Ruff here at Hillsborough. Take a moment to introduce yourself to people you don't know, and Zach, I believe, is going to talk to you about a few guests.
Yeah. So we got a few guests here too. I'm not going to call them out, but if you see somebody you don't recognize, just introduce yourself. So there's been a lot of great new energy at Village, and we're getting a lot of calls from various companies around town. People wanting to come check you out. So you're one of the people. That's good. Let's see what else we've got. What have you been working on? Hunter, is that you? That was you. All right, so we've been working on some exciting stuff. So you all have been asking for better marketing. And so one thing we wanted to do was just give you a little taste, a little teaser of something that we're rolling out, just so that you know that we're taking this seriously and we want to do that. So this is not a final version. I'll have a final version in your inboxes today with stuff with a little market update that you can share on social media, send out an email, and just something that looks good, looks consistent, and looks clean and beautiful. That is a value add to you and your clients. So hopefully that's good for you and good for them.
What is this showing us at?
So this is showing us that the average sold price is, it's just a couple different formats we're testing out. $370,000 in Davidson County. That's up 8.5% from last year. The list price to sold price ratio is 98%, which is up about 1% from last year, from December of last year. Average days on the market is 57, which is the exact same. Total new listings is 971, which is down about 3.5%. And then the total properties for sale right now, this is just inventory, 3,345 in Davidson County. That's up 18%. So it's a pretty big increase month over month, December 2017 to December 2018. And then the closings are down 10%. So what does that mean? We see inventory up, closings down, and prices up. What's that? So less affordable, right? But when you have kind of supply demand, and just shout out answers, you've got inventory up 18% and closings are a little bit down. So what does that mean for pricing?
Sellers are going to have to negotiate, and buyers are probably free to a little more aggressively in the way that they make their offer.
So sellers may have to negotiate a little bit more. So So becoming maybe a little bit more of a buyer's market, which is awesome, right? If you've been stuck in a lot of multiple offer situations, this is just 1 month over 1 month, but we're going to go over some other data that you have in front of you, which is looking at a little bit more of a broad space and time at the whole quarter. But yeah, that's what it'll tell you, is that hopefully, and I said hopefully just because you want markets to sustain themselves, hopefully markets will, the pricing can kind of level off a little bit. Here's just a little pop quiz. Anybody know what the average appreciation rate is in the greater Nashville MSA over the last 40 years per year? Average.
5%.
So 5%? Pretty close? 8?
4.5.
4.5 is even closer?
No.
4.7%. So 4.7%. So if you look at the average appreciation rate over the last 40 years, it's 4.7% a year. So month over month, it's 8.5%. But if you look at year over year, we've had some double-digit increases over the last few years, right? So if you keep doing that path, that's not sustainable, right? So while we all like for sellers to have increases in prices, and maybe for their own houses, ultimately you want things to be not too out of whack, because that 4.7% is kind of the magnet of where the market will want to get back to. Does that make sense? Let's see here.
My only feedback would be like, this is good information to know and be able to pass along to your buyers and sellers. It's not something to overly worry about. Like, none of us are going to be able to affect what pricing does in Nashville over the next few years. So I wouldn't spend a lot of time worried about what the market's doing. Just use it as a chance to service your clients. Same thing with interest rates. We're not going to be able to control whether it goes to 5 or 6% next year. It's good to know what they are just so you can communicate with your buyers and sellers, but wouldn't spend a whole lot of time worrying or guessing whether they're going to go up or down over the short term.
So we're going to do these again. There's a little more refinement on this that's happening, but we're going to do those every month. We're going to push them out to you all so you can do your, push them out on social media, email them out to your clients, put them in your websites, whatever. Cool? Is that good?
Yes.
Yeah.
For agents that kind of straddle Davidson and Williamson County, would you also promote?
So yeah, so if you go back one real quick. So this is, I just didn't want to talk so much, but this is Williamson County right here. So Williamson County is a lot more expensive than Davidson. So,
So come on down to
there's
Williamson.
that. Come on down to Williamson County and sell some houses. More bang for your buck. That's amazing. Great question. Anybody else? All right. Let's see here. We've got area. Let's look at that. Let's go to the next one. So,
This is a great slide.
let's talk about this one. Go back one. So can everybody can read this, right? You know what this means? Everybody know what, okay, we can just move on. You know exactly what this means, right? All right, so this looks really overwhelming, and I did that on purpose just to kind of freak everybody out for a second. Because a lot of times numbers, who's a numbers person? Who gets overwhelmed by numbers? It's all right, a lot of people do. For the people who get overwhelmed by numbers, I printed this out for you just so you can look at it, and I want to dive into it for a second. So take 60 seconds and just study this. Before you do, let me tell you what it is. So there's zip codes in order of, just in numerical order. I've put what is the most common neighborhood in that zip code over to the left, but it's a zip code report. This is just looking at the fourth quarter, so October, November, December of 2017, compared to the fourth quarter of 2018, just to see what the change is. And so these colors here just show if it's negative or if it's positive, or if it's kind of in the middle. And you can see what the median sold price is for each quarter, what that percentage changes, the average price per square foot, what that changes, and then the months of inventory and what that changes. So look real quick and see if you can tell me what is the, and I'll give you a hint, the ones that are in bold and green are the highest. So what zip code had the most sales in 2018? Antioch. Why do you think that is? Price point. All right, so what's the average price point for Antioch? 207. So it was 207, but it went up 8.7% and is now 225. You with me? All right? So, is there anything less expensive than Antioch? I'll give you a hint. The lowest is in bold and red. Madison. Anybody still in Madison? All right, so Madison was 176, now it's 185, we're at 5.2%. This is just single family homes and condos, so we're not doing land or anything like that. No commercial.
7, 8.
I think there were 8, 9, 10, right? Was it 10? And so in 2018, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, still 10. That's actually good, right? So if you did it under 200,000, it probably is different, but go ahead.
I'm from Old Hickory, and I'm personally a
Old Hickory, maybe, is it not on there?
138.
We're going to add Old Hickory next time. I was trying to make this only really overwhelming, not extremely overwhelming. What about, what do you think, what is the, if you look at in all of these zip codes combined, the average appreciation rate, again, quarter over quarter was about 9.5%. So, I know this is a lot of information, but again, if you want to use it for social media, for sharing information, or just to be able to talk and have a talking point when you're talking to somebody, do people ever ask you, oh, you're in real estate, how's the market?
Yep.
Right? The idea is that we want to have a takeaway every single sales meeting, so that when you're talking to somebody and they ask you, how's the market, you can say, things are good. So, based on the couple things that you've learned, what are some things that you could just say without having to pull this out of your back pocket and look at it? Inventory is what? Up. Closings are down, right? But prices are still up, appreciated. But based on the low inventory, or the higher inventory and the lower closing rate, we would expect prices to what? I would say level off. You say fall, it freaks people out. Because the reality is, prices probably will not fall. When prices go below 0%, below where they were, that's not good. But when prices appreciation slows, it can still have the same effect and freak people out initially, but it's really not that big of a deal, right? It's normalizing. It's getting closer to that 4.7%. Everybody with me?
Yep.
If y'all are, for the live streaming people, just pay attention to your inbox in about 20 or 30 minutes, and you'll have a copy of this, because I can only imagine you probably can't see it. But you'll have a copy of it in your computer here soon.
Who sold something in College Grove?
Who sold something in College Grove? Two people? 3 people?
Is that like Weaver Sport?
Down near Arrington.
Okay, that's good.
Big farms and stuff like that on there, I guess.
Highest sold price. What about the highest price per square foot? This is crazy. It went up 110%. It was $340, now it's $715. Why? 505. Bingo. Right? So now you can understand how things affect. There's a story behind the data. You always want to know the story behind whatever that data is. Any questions on that? Is this helpful?
Yeah.
Good. Let's see here. Tip of the week. Who's been in RealTracs lately and tried to look for a condo? Where did it go? Do you see, if you look at the, let me go to the next slide. So condo used to be right here. For a minute I thought they changed condo to multifamily and I got confused, but it's all under residential now. So I think most people know that, but if you didn't know that and you're searching for condos, it's all in one category. Which if you sell townhomes or HPRs or certain things that might be legally a condo, but they look like a house to you and me and everybody else, then it's a benefit for all of us. Any questions on that? Concerns?
Should I go residential and then inside residential is what it comes?
So inside residential, there's going to be different categories, just like there were before. And I think all the I haven't checked this. Have all the high-rise flat, Sydney? Tight. So flat townhouse.
It defaults to choose a wall, and you just go sub, open that drop down menu and just be selected.
That's great. Yeah, good change. If y'all ever have any thoughts on RealTracs, you can email support@realtracks.com, and it takes like 3 or 4 emails of the same suggestion for them to start considering it. So if you have ideas, just get all your friends and email them. It's good. They do listen. They do listen. What about birthdays? Who's got a birthday in January? I do. David Doris does. So we got Virginia Rogan, David Doris, John Byers, Yolanda Cospe, Michelle Durbin, Roger Richards, Amanda Moore, Brent McPherson, Kim Bowles, Mandy Dye, Will Parker, Angelina Young, Seth James, Donna Huff, Jane Anderson, Rick Bradley, Teddy Pins, Dina Helms, Justine Hernandez, Zelda Sheldon, Marshall Burridge, Casey Gillespie, Zach Goodyear, Heather Luna, Kristen Redmond, Susan Deaton, and Caitlin Moons. A lot of birthdays.
Glad y'all were born. Oh, yeah, so who's got broker open house or new listings coming soon they want to let us know about?
Real quick, before we do that, so again, we want to keep these meetings moving, and I think the most valuable thing is to hear somebody say something and then to be able to connect with them afterwards. So whatever you've got, try to do it in 30 seconds, and then we're also going to start just printing out an agenda with all the coming soons on there, so that you can take that with you and reference that, and so you're not having to either enter it during the sales meeting. But what that means is you can hopefully start inputting your coming soons the night before, because we'll print that list out the morning of. Is that cool?
Yeah.
Is that helpful?
Yes.
Just to have a little bit more of a takeaway?
All right, who's got
The
something?
email with the link was brilliant.
Email the link. Good.
Yes.
Good.
Coming soon. Open houses, broker opens.
I'm coming soon, condo, 2817 Hazel Drive, 152 square feet. It's 2 bedrooms, 1.5 baths, ready-made, granite countertops, marble, up in the powder room. It's beautiful, $295.
Where is it again?
It's right off Sweetwater on 2817 Hazel Drive.
Oh, yeah.
The townhome.
Right over here.
Yeah, right over there.
Cool. What else we got?
So some of you guys have seen a few of the properties that I had over at 27th Avenue South, just a few blocks away. We've got 3 more coming. We've sold 2. One is a new build, 4,200 square feet, 4 bedroom, 4.5 bath, level, deep lot with mature trees, beautiful home. It'll be ready in May. That's $1,350,000. Then a couple doors down, I've got one for $999. That'll be ready in 30 days. It's the original home that was on that plot of land. It sits back from the road. It's really cool. It's going to be an urban farmhouse, 3,100 square feet, 4 bed, 4.5 bath. Has a huge park-like front yard and a small backyard, courtyard. And then right beside that is a vacant lot, ready to build. Zoned, all these are single family, zoned single family, 450 for that lot, all on 27th Avenue, right over here. Come see them if you haven't seen it. The street's looking beautiful now with the Biden over there.
Awesome.
Got coming soon in East Nashville. It's over here, Hunter. It's 1113 Holly. It's in a great location right near Five Points. It's about 3,700 square feet, including an outbuilding over the garage, and it'll be about 8 bed. It's a great classic house. It's like the 1980s. It's right across from some other amazing properties right there in Holly. So that's coming up. You got somebody that's looking over there for a really cool, old, classic home.
Got a coming soon in Madison at 236 Forest Park Drive.
Madison, one of the lower price neighborhoods.
Lower price is right. It's at 220. It's about 1,100 square feet, fully renovated. It's a 3-1. Will be hitting the market in about 10 days.
Cool. Listen.
I just listed Riverwalk at Mill Creek, which is a new construction cottage development off of Lebanon Pike, just before you get on the interstate. It'll have 50 cottage homes with wraparound porches, direct access to the greenway, as well as a drop-in ramp for kayaking to Mill Creek. Starting at $299.
Nice work. If it wasn't 1, that was 50.
Wow.
I've got one over in East Nashville, 207 Queen. It's a flip,
really nice finishes, a little over, about 1,500 square feet, 3-2. Really nice buildings and a covered, parking area, 289.9.
Awesome.
Hey guys, I'm Lloyd Carney. I'm kind of shy, so bear with me. First two, so I'm kind of proud about that. For number one is the Jedi mind trick does work. Just in case you're wondering, they did list these. So Goodlettsville, that one's a real gem, and that's kind of the value of this whole segment of me, because in this neighborhood they only say the median is 5 days on market. So if you have anybody interested in this whole gem, 3-bedroom, 2.5 in Goodlettsville, give me a shout. And then Cairo Bend Road, that's some real acreage out there, kind of fun. It's forested acreage. So if you have a client that's interested in that, Cairo Bend is a really nice street out there. All the neighbors really love it. So if you have a client looking in, I think they pronounce that Labana in Tennessee.
Banner's hot.
Okay, we have a broker open today in Green Hills, 1007 Drawn. We have Edley's, 11:30 to 1:30.
Aren't you from Nashville?
Yeah, but I can never say it.
Demon Brew. Bar.
I just looked at a house on Rosebank. It is a newer construction built in 2014. 579. It's really nice. It's got a great big backyard. It's off of Rosebank, so behind another house, but still just like 3 houses in the little whatever it is. 4 bedrooms, 3 baths. Super nice. 579. They've already moved out, so please. 579.
Okay.
I've got one in the Belmead Highlands. It's a new build. It literally backs up to Percy Warner Park, so your backyard is quite spacious. And it's HPR. There's going to be 2 there. They're 5,000 square feet. It's got an in-law suite or apartment on first level next to the 3-car garage, and it's 1.5. It'll be done in 3 months. First one.
Who else? Go ahead.
I have 828 Westleo Drive in West Mead. It goes live on Friday. It's 1630 square feet. It's a really beautiful lot. It's 3/4 of an acre up on a hill. Very private, and updated, very clean, cute house. $399. And I may do an open on Saturday as well as Sunday. I'm just worried about the weather on Sunday. I don't know if y'all are, I don't want to fly down that hill. So anyway, keep it on.
Got a stunning unicorn in Nashville. Serious. If you have a client who's been looking for a very one-of-a-kind house, this is Gunners of the Studs A-frame, 1809 East Side. It's a spectacular design, 2-bedroom, 2-bath, walk to Shelby Park, just a couple blocks from Shelby Avenue. Coming soon, probably going live on the 25th. We'll have some sneak peek time before that, and probably under 440.
Yeah, 10 townhomes, 2 buildings of 5, 2,200 feet, 4 beds, 4 baths, rooftop deck, downtown views, downtown codes, short-term rent approved. So we have a reservation agreement that will be ready today. The reservation goes as follows: $10,000 fully refundable to put it on to reserve a unit. 5% deposit is non-refundable at start of construction, which is likely May 1st. So again, 10 townhomes, 2,200 feet, 4 beds, 4 baths with downtown views on Scoville, so 1037 Scoville, right off of Jefferson in Buena Vista. But they're downtown codes, so short-term rent approved, and we are marketing them as such.
4 beds, 4 baths.
4 beds, 4 baths. End units, so there are 4 end units, 2 buildings of 5. End units are $714,800. Interior units are $699,800.
And you were at that short-term rental thing.
I was. Downtown code is what I'm going to keep repeating it. Downtown code. So they're approved. And likely. Scoville. 1037 Scoville. And it's like literally real time. Like I think I'm in inbox right now with the reservation agreement. I have floor plan, site plan, and I suspect they're do it.
Awesome.
I'm standing in for Newell. He's got 4100A Wyoming. It's a 4-bed, 3.5 bath, built by Paragon in 2014. Super contemporary, cool, dramatic 3-story stairwell. It will be listed at $699.9. Let him know if you have any questions.
Zach, I've got 2 new construction, North Nashville, 14th Avenue, 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath. I won't list them for a couple of weeks, but they're gonna be $339. So they look great. Got 2 of them out, Juliet. One's at $360. It's on an acre. It's a little 4-bedroom, 3-bath. It's got a separate den, office, and a man cave downstairs. And it's on a full acre. The other one's up on the north side of Mount Juliet. It's $399. It's a brand new build. It's 1 year old. The guy got transferred, so we're looking to get them moved pretty quickly. But it's $399. It's got all the upgrades. He actually went and didn't even go with any of the latest appliances. He had a whole larger upgrade package for that. So hardwood frame, everything, beautiful house. Then we got one in Cherokee that's coming on the market tomorrow. $380. It's a beautiful house. The back lot is open to green space, so it looks like your backyard goes on forever. But and it's a designated green space, so it'll never go away. It's got food.
Right, that's awesome. That's some good stuff. A lot of that's not in MLS, so give you a head start on matching up some buyers with some of these listings. We are pretty much done. We're it's 9:53. So
Any other broker opens real quick?
What I just want to talk about tomorrow in Franklin. We have a meet and greet with these guys. I think it's just you 2, right? Hunter and Zach.
Anybody who wants to come?
Please come to Franklin.
So
it's at
video
10 o'clock.
people, Franklin, 10 o'clock tomorrow.
I have a broker open
Broker
on
open.
Thursday, 514-516 Moore Avenue. 2-car garages, 3-bedroom study, bonus room. We'll have Clausen's Deli. It's from 11:30 to 1:30.
where's more?
Moore Avenue, Western Houston.
Oh, yeah.
That's awesome.
Of course.
5099.
Awesome.
I didn't mean to cut everybody off. Any other listings?
Is Deborah Volley here? Not here. Deborah here? Okay. So anyway, who went to the short-term rental talk? That was awesome. I learned a ton. I hope everybody else did. So get a chance to thank Deborah for doing that. And then, did anybody have a first listing, first contract, or first closing in the last few weeks?
First ever.
First ever.
Lloyd.
Lloyd did. So good work, Lloyd. That's awesome.
You have a first at Village? You first at Village? What were we going to say? First of the year. Hey, how's everybody's New Year's resolutions going? It's the 15th. Like, you're still, mine are like awful. Review those. You probably thought of them for a reason. Good time to get back on track. I'm using Siri more. Anybody using like to send checks and I've never really used it that much. It's actually really helpful. If you just say, add reminder, do it, and it's right there. Anybody else got some good life hacks that they're using now?
So what were your takeaways today? I like to do this as the last question. Just the way that learning happens, and I know a lot of you know this, but you can hear something and then you walk out and you forget it. But what makes something burn into your brain is when you recall it, when you remember it. So think through for just a minute and remember what we talked about. What was your biggest takeaway? Just shout out some things you learned.
Market knowledge.
Market knowledge. What specifically?
That's a sheet we couldn't see.
All right, what else?
Good time to buy.
Good time to buy? Yeah? What's that?
Mortgage rates are down
Mortgage rates are down
for a moment.
for a moment, so, right? Might have a little bit more negotiating on a seller, and mortgage rates are down, so that's good.
I like that inventory's up, but prices are closings are down. Just
We're leveling off.
That's right, leveling off. I like that word leveling off, that phrase leveling off, and as opposed to falling. What else? Why is downtown price per square foot so high? 5. And what is the, where did the most closings happen, which zip code did the most closings happen in all of Nashville? All right. Anything else?
I'll just add one thing that, market up, market down kind of thing. You know, we're in probably one of the best places in the country to be in terms of economic growth and new jobs. Jobs are really what's going to drive the market. So Amazon has been announced. It hadn't really happened yet. They haven't started moving 5,000. That's a huge number for Nashville. The AllianceBernstein, which is a big investment management firm, 1,000 high-end jobs moving downtown. And so those types of tailwinds to this market, I mean, I just think it's a great time to be in real estate in Nashville. And so I would have that confidence when you're talking to your clients. Hey, is it a good time to buy? Is it a good time? I think it's a great time to be investing in real estate in one of the best markets in the country. Roy.
Yeah, I've got one gift for everybody. I have heard through the grapevine that this month the YMCA is pitching Amazon a corporate account, and they're going to be entertaining them off and on this month, the decision makers. So wear your village shirt when you're going to work out in downtown Y. Maybe we'll run into some of them.
All right.
That's good.
All right. Hey, thanks for coming out. Hang around. We'll be around. Really appreciate you being here. We'll see you next week. Stay around for the beach talk afterwards.